Want to know what the movers and shakers of New Hampshire's performing arts are thinking? Welcome to New Hampshire Unscripted with your host, Ray Dudley.
No, this is fascinating to me because I don't know much about film. I really do not. It's a new medium to me, and so these are things which I enjoy being on film. I love the process. I have not worked much behind the process, being an actor. I normally fall into the character role. But when I've seen things happen, like I did a small little video in Portsmouth, and they had those little orb cameras set up on tripods. They had like 3 of them, working by Bluetooth.
Yep.
I'm like, what are you kidding? It's fascinating to me. It was really remarkable. So my hat's off to what goes on here. I begin to have a real appreciation for what it takes. That's why I'm curious about the obstacles that you faced. And I want to get back to that because I'm sure there was more than just actors. I mean, I know for a fact that there are. But I don't want anybody who's ever going to watch this or hear this to think, hey, we'll just grab a camera and go do it, and it looks easy, because it's not easy.
No, it's not.
I've seen the schedules. I'm like, how the hell does this happen?
And thank God for Mike Weiner tackling that, because I used to do the scheduling, and it's a tough job.
Says the editor.
Yeah. But for me, like I have some episodes I love, and I have some episodes I hate because. And I think every episode I pretty much love, but it all depends on how it was executed. Like the Black incident, where the Chad character kind of says something that the media, kind of twists to make it sound like he's being racist. Great episode. I mean, written well, but I don't think I executed it correctly the way I filmed it. So I kicked myself in the butt for that, and but there's some episodes too where, like, comedy is probably the toughest thing you can do.
I'm with you.
Because comedy is a lot about timing, and if your timing is off, it just throws the joke out, or how you deliver the joke, and that can be tough. So there's sometimes, like, I'll see an episode again that it'll be written really well, and then it just wasn't executed correctly. And I hate to say it, like, I try to always have people direct other than me, because a lot of times I'm stuck behind a camera, and you really shouldn't direct behind a camera, because it's very difficult. So sometimes, like, when I'm looking at it through the camera and filming, I'm worried about my angles, so then I'll get home and realize, oh, that joke wasn't said right, it comes off wrong, and there's no fixing it. So it's like, I'll kick myself in the butt for that. And
yeah. Have you had any that where you've written, and I know you must now be able to write with the character's voice in your head.
Oh, yeah.
But have you written stuff that actually came out better than you had envisioned it?
Yes. Yeah. But I can't think of one at the moment. But I've had things. Excuse me. I had things that. Oh yeah, this is a lot better than I thought. Like some of the ones I thought, like, this is kind of like not really a throwaway episode, but it's like, one of those middle episodes. Like, all right, we don't have to worry too much about a story, and that turned out great.
Are there characters that did not come back that you wish you could have brought back? Or are you just okay with they're gone?
I'm happy with, with who we have and stuff. I mean, yeah, it would be great if we could have always kept everybody together. It was tough losing Stephen O'Brien, who played the Dudley character. There's a lot of characters. I think could have been fun, but, they all have other plans.
Yeah.
And
you made the comment that you're through after 5 years because it's a lot. You're tired. It's a lot of work. Well,
yeah.
I don't forget how you framed it, but are you retiring the series because it's done, or are you retiring the series because it's all you and you can't be all you all the time? And what's going on there? Why after 5 years?
I think because Paragods takes up a big chunk of my time. Like, we shoot once a month. and we shoot 6 episodes. So right there's 6 months, you know, and then I have to write. So usually I spend, you know, a couple of months writing before we start filming. And then, you know, in that month, you know, you're making changes, you're trying to cast, you're getting things ready. And then after that, the next couple of months, or like 3 months, is done of editing. So you're talking probably 10 months of my life that is just Paragods involved. So there's been other projects I wanted to do that I haven't got around to. Like I have a this wine show. It's, you know, it's just a reality show of these 2 girls going out wine tasting. That's been on hold now for 2 years because, you know, I have it pretty much done, but I just haven't found the time to completely finish it. And I have this movie called Nightmare Reunion that I filmed 4 years ago. And I've been picking away at it and stuff, and because I don't want to release something unless I feel happy with it. And, you know, it's like, there was a lot of challenges in that, so it's like, I want to make sure it's done correctly, and so I keep picking away at it, but I only can pick away at it because Paragods, again, takes a big part of my life. And some of the, you know, people say, you know, like, you know, you don't have to put it out, you know, when you know, at this time, and you can wait, it doesn't have to go out. But it does, because every time Paragods stays away from not doing anything new, you start losing fans, you know? Like, Facebook, you know, it was up to 5,000 at the end of season 4. Now it's, you know, down to like 4,800. But you start losing people each time. People start forgetting about it, or people move on because they don't want to wait.
Yeah. I often think about these TV shows. This is a new thing they all do, right? Where they'll show 6 episodes and then take a 6-month break.
Right.
But as a fan, it disturbs me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you forget. I forget. I'm not going to go back and binge watch what the first 6 episodes just so I can catch up on now what's the new season premiere is going to be. Yeah. I could see why you'd lose momentum after all that.
But I just want to say though, like, the last season 4 and season 5 it hasn't been all me. You know, it still takes up all that time for me, but I have like Mike who does all the cast and he does the scheduling, and then I have Adam that helps me, Adam Griswold, who helps me with some of the writing, but he's been also a big part of the editing. So me and him like have been chipping away at this season. We're both editing. So some scenes he'll edit, some scenes I will, but then I put them all together in a story.
Yeah.
So I've been having a lot of help, so that's definitely helped.
You made the comment also that Paragods is kind of like a family now.
Yep.
And I tend to sit back a lot when I'm there and let people just ramble on. But for me, it's been pretty cool to go and watch all of these different actors from different states come in and talk about what's going on. You know, some of them are in film, some of them are in commercials, some are doing stand-up, some are doing theater. It's been pretty remarkable. I love that facet of it. And they're very open with each other.
Yep.
Very open at times. I mean, almost too open about what they want to discuss. So to me, that's been a great feeling. And I do want to say, before we go too far, that thank you for inviting me on. I wasn't sure when I first got your message, you know, what this thing was. And
no, you've been great. Like I said, I gotta say, your character has definitely made the last couple of seasons fun to write, and you bring it to life. Like, yeah. So, and I gotta say, you're been a standout. And this now for season 5, we brought on Holly Schaff.
Yeah.
And she is great. And I was just complimenting Mike Weiner on what a find he did finding you in Holly, because the 2 of you on scene together, you guys have chemistry.
Thanks.
Yeah, like Jen, who's out in the hallway listening right now to us. But we sit there and watch some of these scenes before everyone else do, because she watches me edit, and we just constantly say like how well you 2 work together, and your facial expressions and everything. It's like Yeah.
Yeah, the scenes we've had with her have been great.
Yeah.
Really great. I've been enjoying it. It's been a wonderful ride. I mean that. Again, I didn't know what to expect, but it's been refreshing. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. The character, you've written some really funny stuff for me, which has been the lobster incident was, which was the first one.
Yeah.
To me, it was one of my favorites.
Oh, and that was, and to me, that's one of the ones where, like, oh, I think it's real well written, but I wish I executed a little bit differently when I filmed it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I think that pretty much covers Paragods, right?
Yeah.
We've covered the arc, we've covered the characters. I want to get back to the obstacles, because casting wasn't the only one. You've had some issues with the firehouse itself.
Well, yes and
almost
no.
rightly so, because you're borrowing a
Right.
facility.
Well, I used to volunteer at the Sandown Fire Department where we film Paragods, and I volunteered for 13 years, and I became good friends with the chief, Bill Tapley. And, you know, of course, when I started Paragods, I was still volunteering, and he'd be like, yeah, sure, you know, you can use the place. Of course, not everybody feels, you know, we should, like, not all the firefighters feel we should be in there, because they feel like we're invading their home.
Yeah, I get that.
And, you know, and they have, you know, a right to say that, because they are. I mean, we are, and, but I try to let them know how thankful we are and stuff, and we try to stay out of their way, and some of the times that's the big obstacle to me, is trying to make the cast and crew realize this is a working firehouse. You know, these guys can come in any minute because of an emergency. We
Right.
have to stay out of their way, and
Yeah.
I think some people get a little upset, like, oh my God, why are they getting, you know, upset? Why do we have to park way down the other end? It's because the firefighters need the front.
Such tough lives.
So that's the thing. So I'm dealing with some of the firefighters that, you know, don't really want us there. And then, but for the most part, they don't mind us. They enjoy it. A lot of them do enjoy the show, especially the chief. Yeah, he enjoys it. And, you know, and I think it's their way of thanking me for my service by letting me be there.
Oh, that's nice. Then.
Yeah. And we, you know, we don't destroy the place. We pretty much, you know, keep it the way we found it. And
Yeah. I know you have trouble finding other locations periodically, right? I mean, it's pretty...
yeah. Well, house scenes are tough. You know, it's like, because we're all as you said, we're all from different states. We're scattered out. So we try to find that central location. So, you know, trying to find...
And it can't show up in every episode either.
Right,
It has to be different.
Right.
You'd hope.
So that's been the biggest challenges.
How's your fan base?
We're all over the place. YouTube says that we're, believe it or not, more women than men, but like it was like only by 2% or something.
Yeah.
But we're right in that 18 to, you know, 49 range of people, and but people usually who love shows like The Office or Scrubs are the ones that kind of like us. You know, we have a lot of EMS people, but we don't have as many as, I think we have more fire than EMS, because we've had a problem with, like, the people in EMS, they feel like we're making fun of their profession.
Oh.
And I try telling them we're not. Like, I think they judge it before watching. They don't even watch the show because they find it like, oh, they're just a bunch of idiots and they're making fun of us and we don't want this. It's like if you watch the show, you realize that, you know, we don't make fun of it. We keep it realistic, like how you see those EMTs react to the patients is how a real EMT paramedic is going to react to the patient. Things we do, you know, like how we assess the patients, the meds we give them, that's all accurate, you know. And of course there's some idiots that on the show that will, you know, say things that are inappropriate or do things that are inappropriate. Like the first season where the character finds a severed hand because the guy chopped it off the lawnmower, and he goes looking for the severed hand, and then of course he picks it up and he's, you know, waving with it and high five and of course, you know,
That's
people
funny
like,
to me.
right, it's funny, and like, but you know, of course, those EMTs are like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that, showing us that we're buffoons, and we're not serious. It's like, guess what? All that was based off of a real incident because I remember the jackass that did it. We were on the scene, and the guy had a severed hand, and he's literally waving with it. You know,
What?
like
Really?
Yes, and it's like, and we're all like, you know, amazed that he's doing this, but it's happened. So it's like, you know, we're not making fun of it. This happens, and just like the show, you know, when people do inappropriate things like that, there's consequences for it. They get in trouble, you know, like we had on this upcoming season where people get fired.
Right. I was going to bring that up.
You know, so it's like if people do things that they shouldn't, we're not making fun of the profession. We're showing what happens and also the consequences for doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing I like about the past 2 seasons have been you actually delve into a lot of their lives. I mean,
Yeah.
Mike's character is really going through a lot in these 2 seasons.
Yep.
It's been pretty interesting to see where his life's been going,
Right.
which is really good.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, and because, like, to Mike's character, you know, he's an alcoholic, and, you know, and fortunately, you know, there is things like that in the profession, you know, you see some things that keep you up at night, and some people try to drink it away, and that's basically what that character did, you know?
Well, and the realism with the cop shoots the person.
Right, you know, and it's like, yeah, it's like, and when I do Paragods too, I try to take stories from that actually happened. So like, where people are just randomly shooting cops just because they're cops. It's like, so we threw that into the storyline. You know, and these small town cops, they don't shoot many people. Even city cops don't shoot many people. So we wanted to show the effects it has on them. But in case people, the question I always ask is like, oh, how do you come up with this stuff? It's like just about every scene that we did, like all the 911 scenes, are based off of real incidents that I have been a part of. Of course, I'll change the names, I'll change probably genders, and I exaggerate it, but that's pretty much what happened. I can't think of too many scenes that I wrote that weren't true.
That's a shame. That's not good for humanity. This
No. Yeah, that's why, like I
speaks
said,
volumes.
yeah, the hand, you know, the guy slipping on the woman's
Yeah,
toy.
car accidents. I've seen all that.
Yeah.
Stuff. Oh, that is some crazy stuff that's happened
Yeah.
there. So where are you going to go from here? I know you said the wine thing, and you have a movie that you're trying to do. Is there an unstarted project that you want to get to, besides the wine one?
Yeah, because I love writing. I do a lot of writing. I have a lot of short films that I haven't done that they're just sitting there waiting.
Were you in the film festival last year somewhere north
I
of
was,
Boston?
yeah. We were for, it was a film me and Ian Lyons did a while ago called The Rental. It was here at the Stomp Film Festival in Concord.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. So, when you go out now, you've got all this experience, at least 5 years of camera work and editing and all of that. How do you think your next project's going to look? Are you going to go into it with one camera, or you're like, no, you know what? Now I know we're going to go into multiple camera angles at one time.
Right. Well, in movies, they pretty much only use one camera. You know, TV shows are different. They'll use the multiple. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I just know it's every time I do it, it looks and sounds better and better.
Yeah. Are you personally? Are you fulfilled? Not fulfilled? Or is there a bucket list waiting for you that you're trying to eat through?
Yeah, that's
No?
a good question. I don't.
I mean, you're still youngish. You've got all this great experience. I know youngish, but look at me. That's why but you've got all this experience now that you can bring to the next project.
Right.
Are you like going to go into a hiatus for a little while, or
No, I plan on going right in. So as soon as I finish Paragods here, then I'm gonna finish that movie we worked on. then the wine show. But I've also started another web series that was, it's a spin-off of Paragods that involves the TV reporter that was in the finale of season 4. But that's gonna be a typical web series, like 6-10 minute long series. Because I don't want to get into that big thing again.
30 minutes is a long time.
It is, yeah.
It takes a lot of film to make a 30-minute.
Right. Well, a lot of people, I always laugh because, like, a lot of the independent filmmakers around the area talk about, like, oh, it's so, doing a full feature, it takes a long time, and, I only can do them once in a blue moon. And it's like, if you think about Paragods, we do 2 full features in a year because it's, 6 hours long.
Good point.
Yeah, and, 3 hours long. And some episodes are even almost an hour, so.
Wow. It's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all my questions. I'm
Yeah.
glad you came in. Anything you wanted to spill your guts on? It's
No,
just me and you.
Watch Paragods on YouTube. We have all 4 seasons up there right now, If you watch season 1 and 2, you may not want to watch it with the kids. Season 3 and 4, it's TV friendly.
When does 5 go up?
We're looking for 5, probably mid-May. I think it'll be done by then.
We shoot shortly again.
Yes, we
Final
shoot in a
episode.
couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of not looking forward to it
Right.
because it's the last.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be last, but then I plan on us, we'll have a crew party and stuff, or a premiere party. So we'll do that.
All right.
But it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you. Again, I'm humbled. It's been beyond what I had hoped it would be or even thought it would be. It's more. I'm having so much fun.
Right.
Again, because I did theater and really I'm kind of tired of it. I still do it, but this has just been refreshing. I love the process. I love watching the interaction. I love looking at the work that's involved in it. And then I love watching the final product.
Right.
It's magic what comes out from all the work that goes in.
Has any of your family and friends watched
My
it?
family watches it. My wife doesn't. She doesn't really care. She doesn't even like watching me in theater hardly.
Oh.
So-
Well, the other thing with Paragods, too, is not everybody loves that documentary feel with the camera moving and the shakiness. Some people, they get sick by that, or they don't like that type of genre. So, it's like, so Paragod's not for everybody, and I know that, so it doesn't bother me when somebody's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to. You don't want to please everybody, and you can't please everybody.
Right,
You'd
yeah.
go crazy trying to
Oh,
change
yeah.
things up every time someone said, "Well, I wish you had done it this way" or something. If you chase your tail doing that,
Right.
oh, you're a dead man.
Yeah, and I think I may have done that early on in life, and then that's why, no more.
That's what I'm saying. Look what you're bringing to all the next project.
Right.
All that great advice.
Let's watch season 5, because I think season 5 is the best yet. It deals with cancer, it deals with, suicide, deals with alcoholism. It just deals with everything,
Yeah, it's been great to watch. Season 5 for me has been wonderful to watch get filmed.
Yeah.
I almost hate sitting in the room waiting to go on because there's a lot that happens.
Right.
And there's a lot of things that you don't see as a character that's going on in other people's lives. And so to finally get to see some of it, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was happening over there. I didn't know that story was, that line was involved.
So I don't think I've ever asked this as an actor. So like where you just come in, you film your scenes. How is it for you to when you see it put together? Like, what's that like to you? It's like to see how you're basically, because you think you're acting your character a certain way, and then sometimes editing can change it.
Yeah.
What's it like for you watching it back?
So so I've been happy with the way you've edited it and what I think I've portrayed.
Right.
But I could see where it might come off not the character that you wanted. And you don't get to, until the final product, you don't get to know that.
Right.
I don't see the dailies, I don't see the cuts, I don't see any of that. So fortunately at this point, it's been really very comforting. I'm happy with it. You didn't make me look like an idiot. I did that on my own. On my own product of what I've done. But the other problem is, I don't get to see if it really worked. We hope it does. We do the cuts, but you are under time constraints during the day,
Yeah.
and so until it actually comes out, I don't get to see the final product. Again, in going back to theater, you rehearse, and you know what the final product is, and you put that out there. But here, you just kind of do 3 or 4 takes, and you're
Yep.
moving on. So as an actor, it's almost not refreshing to see it, but you kind of are always hesitant that it didn't work properly or didn't
Right.
come off.
Yeah, I've seen some actors where they, you know, like they beat themselves up after a scene that they film, like, oh, I did bad here, and then they look back later and like, oh, it actually came out pretty nice. And
Yeah, but you wouldn't know until
Right.
until that happens, which is a shame. The other thing I do miss is, as an actor, I hate sitting in the green room or the waiting room because I like to watch other actors.
Yeah.
I like to see what they bring to the table. I like to see their talent. I like to hear what they're saying and then say whether or not I would do it that way. You know, not that I'm ever gonna.
well, you know, you're not forced to sit in the green room. You can come watch.
Yeah, I know, and I probably should have been out there helping you too, right? I could have. Yeah, but I know. Damn it! Now you bring that up.
Well, you got one more episode to
To help out on? Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay. Now that I've made that commitment, I'm gonna stay by the coffee.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming by.
All right, thank you
It's
very
been
much for having
a
me.
lot of fun. A
Thank-
lot of fun.